Greetings everyone and welcome back to Dawn and Dreams. It is your lady Ms.Z, or ṣunfúnmiláyọ, Priestess Neckbed. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe and comment down below which one you chose. I love to read the comments. So I am back again with another pick a card reading. This reading is going to be based around your spiritual path for 2022. So we've done a lot of readings concerning 2022, but I want to get even more detail into it. So these next couple of readings are going to be concerning this new year. But check out the collective reading. Check out just what's coming for 2022. Check out all those readings I've already done. This is just specifically targeting your spiritual path and what's going to come with that this year and what's expected of you for that. A couple of announcements. If you need to book a reading, please go to dawnanddreams.com. I should have a shop update soon. Talking Crowley bracelets will be back in. These are ancestral bracelets made of authentic cow bone. You can get that. That should be back in stock real soon. And I do have some plain ones too. Let's see. Yeah, lots of other things coming. I'm also going to be doing a full update. So there's going to be a lot of new things that I'm going to be offering this year. So that's exciting, but I'm not going to get into all that right now. Let's go ahead and pick your pile. Oh, and the last thing I want to say is if you need a New Year reading, that is still available right now. A lot of people have been getting their New Year reading and have been getting a lot of insight. If omens come in, meaning a lot of you guys have birds who come to me during your session, I tell you about that. So it's a very detailed reading. So I encourage everyone to get a New Year reading, actually, rather with me or not, because it gives you a head start on the new year. So check that out, and that's at dawnanddreams.com as well. Now, back to this. We're going to be looking at your spiritual path for 2022. Again, what is expected of you this year? What things are you going to be challenged with this year? So, and these are some, I've received some new sacred feathers, if you haven't noticed, from a sister. So this is the first pal, the Australian ibis. And we have the crowned crane. I believe it's called the crested crane as well. One of my favorite birds. Beautiful, beautiful, from Africa. And you guys should all know this feather, the secretary bird feather, one of my all-time favorites, and is used in my practice mostly at this time. So, pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. If you need more time, please pause the video, but we're going to get right into it. All right, let's get into pile number 1, the ibis feather. So, for those of you who picked this pile, there's a lot to say just with the feather alone. You're very intellectual, very smart. You do a lot of homework, and that's not going to stop, this year. You're going to continue to research different tribal information. I see you diving into different cultures. You shouldn't limit yourself. You're a person that's just going to absorb a lot of wisdom and connect a lot of dots. That's just a part of your purpose here. You're not supposed to just stay in one area of life, even if you stay there for a whole year. You're supposed to keep on adding on to that pot of information and bringing it back. And they were showing me like a vision of someone on a throne. So this tells me a person with high authority. Most of you may not feel this way or may not know it, but your aura holds a person of authority. So people are still looking up to you and looking for you to bring back things to them. So, and I pulled out, it's funny that I pulled out what I like to call my kinetic deck for this. And I was going to get my dusty deck, but I was like, no, let me whip out a new one for the channel. Alright, let's see what Spirit has to say. What's going on with your spiritual path this year? What's going to be expected of you? Wow, okay. All right. So they speak on already you having patience, okay? I see you as a person that's always eager to get into things. And a lot of you may want titles, like a place, or what do you call that? Recognition for your work. And I know that's very challenging for you to get recognized for the things that you bring. So a lot of people may even regurgitate information that you've already put out there. You're like, I didn't get credit for that. And so I see there's just a lot of impatience with that. But Spirit's telling you to be patient. You know, your time is coming. This year is all about working on your confidence, you know, and that deals with your spiritual journey as well too. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of you are going to be going into like deep meditations, separating from the world, things like that. So a lot of you, this isn't everybody, but a lot of you have spiritual partners. Because I'm seeing a business. You're going to receive a lot of downloads concerning the people that you love this year. This is not just relationships, but it's going to deal with your relationship. It's going to deal with people around you, people that you care about. It could also be friends. You want to pay attention to that, especially if you're receiving dreams. This happens to me. People that you've connected to at any point in your life, you're going to receive a lot of downloads about that, and you're supposed to be giving them information, okay? Let's see what's going on with the spiritual journey. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay. So, a lot of you will be encouraged to make a business. And if you already have a business, it's going to grow. They're showing me an empire. It's going to grow. A spiritual business is going to grow. Because you have that thought energy, you're going to be selling maybe a lot of courses this year, a lot of information. And again, you know, it may feel like, you know, a lot of information may be already out there, so why should you come forward with it? People still need to hear your version of whatever it is that needs to be told. So don't look at it like, oh, you know, nobody wants to hear me. And this is where I see this partnership coming in too. You may have a partner who you're also going to work with when it comes to business. And even if you don't, I still see it as you having something, okay, that you're going to bring to the world. But you need a foundation to do this. I'm seeing a lot of serious ancestors who really push you, okay? So there's a couple of messages here. So this kind of goes, so this one is like my business and my spiritual path, okay? So a lot of you are either going to start spiritual businesses in some way, shape, or form, or you're going to have one this year. I mean, or you already have one, it's going to get better. Because I see some transitions. Because it's like they feel like you're not able to, either it's you're not able to sell your work, or what is this? Because it's like you have a craft or something, that like a gift that you're supposed to share, and they're showing like feeling defeated, or you know, you're not, maybe you don't have time to put out all the work that you need to put out, and maybe that's why what this help is for. But they're saying that there needs to be more organization. There's also going to be an energy of charging a little bit more for your prices as well too, or just charging for your work in general for those of you who are going to be starting a business. You're very well protected, but I do see that you need to keep up with your offerings with nature, okay? Like I see a divine plan, and I just keep seeing this building in the back. A divine plan. See, I think you underestimate what your spirituality could really do for you, and you know what people want. I'm hearing interviews. Somebody's going to want to interview you this year too, to talk about spiritual stuff. And you know, I just see you getting a lot of prosperity from it. You shouldn't undervalue your work, and that's what this is, because it's going in reverse. It's like, don't undervalue your work. Don't undervalue what you have to offer to the world. Spirit is providing you with strength, regardless of the challenges that you may have. You know, they're providing you strength to go forward. So let's get a few more cards on this. What's going on with your spiritual path this year? Look, blessings in many forms, good luck, fertility, birth. There's a lot of that for you. And this is like the money raining down on you. You know, I see some of you, again, getting ready for a talk show, getting ready for an interview. This represents all of that, okay? And this is stuff like blessing you. Like, I'm blessing you with a lot of wisdom. And it's not just going to be you giving wisdom and not receiving anything in return, okay? This card wanted to come out, so I'm going to let it. Yeah, there's a guardian over you. There's a very high guardian. Like offering accepted. So this means that everything is going to run smoothly for you. I do see some haters though, okay? But there's always some of that. So, I want to know if there's anything else that we need to touch on with your spiritual growth this year. Or I let pile one go. So let's pull a few more cards. Okay. So you're being highly assisted on your journey. You shouldn't feel alone this year on your spiritual path. I just see a lot of downloads coming to you. Again, there's this energy of feeling, you know, helpless and that you can't do anything about it. You're going to really need to manifest this year and prove it to yourself. You know, I see you really connecting to your spirit guides this year. There's a lot of animal totems, okay? And I also see a lot of relics and things like that around you. So it's like you're going to have to figure out how to power those items up. That's going to be a part of a challenge for you this year, powering your items up. And speaking of which, I see, looks like a moth. Okay. There's also spirits around you that are willing to help and communicate with you. So I see you organizing that and understanding how to work with it so it also works for you, you know, those type of things. Yeah, they keep showing me this. They keep showing me a couple, you know, and I don't know if you're going to both be doing the same thing. That's what I see. But at the end of the day, even if you're not in the same line of business, I see somebody supporting you. Having the same soul mission. Both supposed to be elevating spiritually. And they're also saying this is why you may not find a partner if you don't have one, because they're not on the same spiritual level as you. Okay, because this was in reverse. Like they're not in the same spiritual level as you. So you're going to find somebody that has the same soul mission. They don't want anybody blocking this soul mission because you have a lot of work to do. It goes beyond this year, right? But this is just to tell you what's going to go on within this year. They say traditional healer. That's going to be revealed to you later this year. Because some of you are going to be doing readings and you're going to get into other activities for people. You're also going to be providing like certain things, but they're saying hold on that because that's going to come. They're going to show you that in the middle of the, that's why I didn't want to come out. They're going to show you how that's going to work out. If you're already doing that, then good, you're on the right path. But I see you picking up something else. I don't know if it's going to be a new divination, but it's going to be something along those lines. Like somebody's going to teach you something that is very sacred to either a tribe or something like that. But it's going to be like mid-year. It's going to be revealed to you, okay? I see you getting ahead this year. Very, very happy, foundational energy as far as your spiritual path. And they say, remember that you hold a lot of value. All right, so that is pile one. Let's go on to pile number two. All right, so for pile number two, those of you who chose the crane feather, and this is a favorite, really, really pretty. Okay, so let's see what's coming for you for your spiritual path this year. What do you need to know? You know, what are you being challenged with this year? So just starting out with the feather, okay? A lot of you, okay, so there's some mixed messages here, all right? So the first thing is this crane is a dancing crane. So it is a very, it brings joy. And that's what it told me because, you know, I asked what type of work did it want to do. And it was talking about depression, people feeling depressed, lost, sad, things like that. So you deal with work like that. You're very good at it. And it's not to say that we're perfect. You know, nobody's perfect. We deal with our own depression as well. But you're very good at helping people to boost their energy. So this year, you're going to be challenged, some of you, to be challenged to learn some, you know, some dances, some music. And, you know, I target indigenous music and things like that. But at the end of the day, whatever music that you resonate with and that you can memorize is good for you. You can even come up with your own spiritual songs, you know. Never feel like you have to do something a certain way to get it done. You know, we're just in a new time period, so you can definitely come up with your own, you know, spiritual song. You can come up with your own dance movements and things like that. So, but I do see that happening. So it's either going to be an indigenous way or a new way, but I see you doing that. I also get a lot of preacher vibes from here. So it's like if you weren't going to be Christian, you still carry that energy even into your spirituality, okay? Where you advocate for people, where you stand up for people. You're going to be showing people ways to be happy this year, just with whatever they have. Yeah, a lot of you have spiritual callings, okay? Yeah, I see a lot of you getting some instruments, doing healing with instruments, okay? Now, the cranes are all about love, okay? They're all about love because they mate for life. Now, let's see what's going on with your spiritual path this year. Ooh, okay, so some of you are going to have to, you know, get in order, you know, with your spiritual journey. Like, you're going to be taking it a lot more seriously. Let me pull out another card or two. There's some bonuses there. And I'll pull some cards from here last, okay? So let's take a look. Alright, so a lot of you are going to have to stop fighting the urge to want to do things, okay? And some of you could already be healers, but I still see the urge of fighting to do this or to do that, you know? Some work requires you to go and meet people. Some work requires you to do things that make you uncomfortable, but it's for the greater good, you know? And some of you haven't answered the calling at all because it's like you know that you would have to, you know, become a healer, become fully seen as that way, all right? And they're saying that you don't have to let go of all your traditional values if that's not what you want to do. You can always incorporate things. The thing is, it's all recycled information, so you just have to make it work for you. You know, don't feel like you have to let go of everything in order to step into something new. But it shows me that you do have a calling that does need to be answered, because I see a lot of value, but underestimated gifts. Look, everything you do is for a reason. Your hard work will pay off. Cheer up and keep pushing forward. You have pay attention to your health, stop stressing yourself out, and take care of yourself. So this year, this is specifically for my people who are already readers, who are already healers. You're going to take some time to heal yourself this year. That's going to be very important. You're going to take some time to elevate, because some of you, it's time for you to level up. Let me just put it that way. It's time for you to level up spiritually, because you got an ancestor like roar. Like I'm ready for this person to initiate into another level, okay? They don't want you getting comfortable where you are or just doing the same things that you've been doing. It's time to level up. They're saying responsibility for your spiritual development and sacrifices. And then I see some of you feeling restricted on your path. So the symbol of the crane is to dance, is to be in movement. You should never feel stuck on your journey. And I came into this feeling stuck, okay? choosing this pile, but I'm like, why? Because the crane is just a happy bird. So it's like, you know, for you to feel so stuck, it's like you gotta, and then look, I don't make this up. The bonus cards is initiation. Like, you're supposed to go on and initiate. Some of you are still on a certain level when it comes to spirituality, and you need to hit that priest and priestess level. Like, you need to hit it. This means, you know, even animals can initiate you to certain gifts and mysteries if you're willing to work with them. It's like, for example, me using bones, like that took, you know, a lot of courage, you know, and things like that. And I talk about that in my class. But, you know, you have to be willing to level up so they can show you some things. They're talking about utilizing your tools. I also see this year you're going to be using all of your gifts, okay? Like I said, it's not going to be just this or that or what you choose to use. They're like, no, you're going to use all of it, you know? So if you have, what example would be, if you have a gift of mediumship, whether you feel like it's strong or not, you're going to have to use it this year. People are going to challenge you this year during certain sessions, or they're going to come to you asking certain questions because they believe that you can do it. Take this as a sign as your ancestors asking you to train yourself. So this pile is all about training. And you see how this fell right on top of this? I told you this is an ancestor. And this is your ancestor saying, hey, you know, we've been waiting on you. We're waiting on you to show you the sacred dances. We're waiting on you to teach you more things about yourself. Yeah. This pile, you have a spiritual ancestor. And this means it's been passed down generationally to you. It's somebody who was a seer, okay? Because they're showing me a blind man. So that's a seer. Gifted with either, I don't like putting a title on it, clairvoyance, dreaming, things like that. They could see very well to the other round. Let's get a couple more cards and then we'll put this to rest. He's also assuring, the message is also assuring that things will be cleared out for you this year. You won't have to worry. Okay, so this is beside the point, all right, of your spiritual journey, but I see an ancestor coming back, okay? Now this falls in two ways. It falls either there's going to be a baby, or there's going to be, and see, this is you looking at different lines of information, okay? Like I see you looking real deep into some old books. You know, even traveling through your dreams. I see some old information coming back, but that's what they're saying too. It could either be there's going to be some information channeled through an old ancestor, because like I said, you have an ancestor that was very, very spiritual, but again, there's a line of this. There's a generational line of this. So they're going to be, you know, reawakened in you. It's like you have to go back in time to see this. So understand, just let it flow this year. If you get into some old information, it's normal. Like, just keep going with it. Just keep researching, keep looking into it, because they have something they want to show you. You have a lot of sacred ancestors there, and they haven't been called on in years. So it's like you're going to connect to these ancestors, and it's a part of your ancestry that I think that you haven't looked into yet, or haven't really grazed the surface of. So when you get to those ancestors, there's going to be some things that they're going to offer you, and it's going to be very empowering for you, okay? Now, the other thing is, for those of you who are going to be having kids this year, I see an ancestor coming back, okay? This is going to bring a lot of happiness to the family. It's going to be an old soul that's coming back. All right, so that is number 2. Let's go on number 3. All right, so for pile number 3, you chose my legendary Secretary Bird feather, so let's get into it. For those of you who chose this feather, I see a lot of shamanism for you. So it's like you know, you may not have like a specific practice, but it's like it evolves around being a shaman or, you know, medicine man, medicine woman, that type of thing, okay? Because I actually see healing, you know, healing being done with herbs, learning about different specific medicines. Because I see curing, you know, finding ways to actually heal people. Their aura, some of you may be getting, you know, Reiki this year or learning about it so that you can provide those services. I think this power would do really good to go to like a powwow, you know. I don't know why I see that, but I think you need to be around some people that actually do healings like this, because I see you learning about something to that effect. How to remove negative energy from a space, because I see you doing stuff like this year. We got a lot of cards coming out. Okay. I don't know if we're going to get into all of them, but we'll see. Let's see what your spiritual path is looking like. There's a rebirth. There's a rebirth. A lot of you have been in people's shadows for a long time, okay? Because I see, like, you, I don't know if you were in some type of spiritual dogma, cult, whatever it was, but it may have been something to that effect, or maybe you just looked up to somebody, but they're showing me basically in this picture, like, you know, you in the background and you have your own crown. You know, you're spiritual all by yourself. You're very gifted. You're on the same level as the teacher. And even with the communication breaking up, that tells me you haven't even been able to communicate certain things, okay, that you're able to do, that you're gifted with. You kind of quiet your voice for another person. So this time the light is shining on you. The ancestors are shining that light on you to say, step into your power. You know, do not let anybody outshine you. Y'all can share the shine, but don't let someone outshine you, okay? You have just as much as a connection, if not more, to the Creator, which we all have a connection to the Creator, but I'm speaking on, you know, even the spirits of nature that, you know, the Creator gives us, okay? So it's like, you know, you don't have to really go through anybody to connect. It's already with you. Like, you just got to walk through that door yourself. And it's like you kind of reserved a seat in your head that only this person, only that person can be close to the you know, the sacred ornament. No, you know. So I think that you're going to be breaking down a lot of concepts, because like I said, with this death, there is rebirth. So you're going to be leaving a lot of parts behind and stepping into your power as a healer. And Spirit has been communicating this to you for a while, but you get caught up in your emotions when it comes to, it's just human emotions really, because we think mentally that we're not good enough or that we can't do certain things. And Spirit will prove to you time and time again that you have your own set of gifts and skills that brings you directly there too, okay? Yeah, I see leaving behind, like you're complete, you can go. Like I just see that, like everybody else is gonna stay in a group. This year you're gonna move away from that, because it's like it's time for you to go ahead and come and like claim your title. Like this hermit here in this picture, he's somebody that's already went through everything that he needed to go through. He's already been the hermit. Now he's coming out and he's got his staff. He's ready. He's got his light. He's ready. He's ready to provide that service to other people. And this is in reverse. If you look at it, if you notice, it's somebody who has studied a lot. They're telling you you've done enough here, and that's never enough learning, so don't take it that way. But I'm putting emphasis on you've done enough, because it's time for you to start sharing your wisdom. Because I see that you can have a lot of happiness and fulfillment if you just, you know, go ahead and claim your title. Yeah, I've seen success too, but there's a lot of heartache behind that. But the ancestors will protect you, okay? I see you doing things your own way. And it's like you got to do what's good for you. I see a lot of you getting into spell work, magic in this year. Learning some sacred, you know, symbols and things like that. And this will work for you, okay? Yeah, I see a lot of you trying to prove that you're good enough, or in some sense, but you gotta just get over that, you know? We all got our own issues and problems, right? Nobody's better than the next person. I'm also seeing in your regular life you moving away from, you know, just bad attachments, so that way you can focus on your spiritual journey. Negative people feeling like, oh, you know, I ain't got it, so you can't have it. Those type of things you're going to move away from so that you can stay abundant this year. Because whatever's affecting you on a spiritual level will affect you on a physical level. So if you have a poverty mind around you, it's still going to bring that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you're going to be focused on your legacy this year. Ooh, okay. Yeah, someone is you're gonna have to be real good with your magic and spell work this year. All right? Because I see someone just being jealous and things like that, and so they're like, you're gonna have to make sure that you keep your connections good with nature and stuff like that, so they can move this energy away from you. Yep, see, you can't make this up. Medicine woman, medicine man. Okay, I see you getting into that. Spiritual medicine, healing provided, seeking solutions to issues unseen, spell work and cleansing. A lot of people will come to you for spells if that's something that you want to offer this year. Just because whatever you can do will work, okay? If it works for you, it'll work for somebody else, right? Yeah, they're telling you, spirits are wanting you to protect your energy, foundation, relationships, and success. Because you have to protect all of these things, this is also going to be a form of training for you. Don't forget your ancestors, okay, this year. There's some work that you have to do with them to level up as well. Okay, so the clairaudience is going to be really strong this year. You're going to hear voices and things like that. You're just going to hear a lot of information. Let me see if there's anything else. It just basically represents you learning things over time. There's a female ancestor that wants to step forth, but it's going to come through the research. Yeah, there's a female ancestor strongly. Now that I say that, it comes out twice. There's somebody that wants to help you and teach you about herbal medicine. That's why. It's about herbal medicine. They want to teach you what herbs and plants to pick up. There's a male ancestor that wants to teach you how to protect yourself. And it's combined with a spiritual ancestor. So they both want to teach you, okay? I don't know, some of you, that's weird. Because I see this ancestor like, I want you to know how to physically protect yourself. And I also want you to know some spell work. So don't be surprised if you feel drawn to doing things that you haven't done before. Woo! It's a big black cloud out here. Wow. Okay. Let me chop this up. They say understand that you have a place in this world. You know, everybody does. So just find your own place. Don't stress yourself out trying to fit in or any of those things. All right, guys. So again, you want to book a reading, DonnaDreams.com, and peace and Happy New Year.